Okay, welcome to part 4 of the advanced uses of the Hero Lab editor. So we can see here now we've got the Cloak of Protection. I've correctly renamed it and given it the idea that it's going to be a +1 to +5 dodge bonus to armor class. Okay, and we had looked at the Eval script already, and we can see that this part of the area is obviously not going to be that helpful for us as it provides just the saving throws. So for now I'm just going to erase all of this stuff. It's not really needed. We need to find the child that we want to talk about here. In this case, it's going to be armor class. So, going back to our regular side of Hero Lab, I'm going to go to Develop, Floating Info Windows, and simply show selection fields again, but this time look for something with armor class. And I see I actually find one called armor class. So we hit OK on that, and again we see a large section of fields that are inside. Just going to adjust this so I can see the names, and we can see that everything right now currently is set to a 10, which if we look over here on the side we see this seems to match all our values of armor class, which is 10. 10 touch, 10 flat-footed, 10 normal armor class. Okay. So we want to provide a dodge bonus to this. Okay, we see the field is called TAC dodge, which is AC from dodge. So that would be any bonuses that we want to present to the armor class of this character. So if we flip back to the actual eval script, we now know that we can now write in armor class. Okay, we'll end it by quoting it, bracket actually, sorry. And now put a dot, and now we want to talk about the individual field. Okay, and I don't remember, so I hit OK, and I flip back, and the field is TAC dodge. Okay, so we type in TAC dodge. Now this is important to note that the capitalization is actually very important in Hero Lab. It is a case-sensitive language, which means that TAC dodge with the ACD capitalized is totally different than if I just had AC dodge in there. Those would be a different field and Hero Lab would not know what I was talking about. So we'll put back in AC dodge. Okay, and we want to talk about its value. There's a plus equal 1. Okay. Now, this plus equal, you'll see this often used in many places, and what this means is take whatever value is already in the dodge bonus and add an additional 1 to it. This is useful for the fact that we could have another feat, magic item, or spell, or thing inside of Hero Lab that is actually already providing a bonus. And since dodge bonuses always stack with each other, we don't have to do any of that fancy stuff with the maximum function or anything along those lines. We can simply add it directly in and be done. So now I'm going to say OK. Now we notice that this up here, just to point out, is bright orange. This is telling us that this thing has not been saved yet. So I'm going to go down to the left corner and click Save. And now I want to test it. And to do that, I have to do the Test Now button, because this allows the Hero Lab in the background is going to compile and this magic item for us and put it out there for use for us also. And it will check for any errors that we've actually have done inside the scripting language, and we'll try and do a good job of telling us what we did wrong. So let's see how good we did here. We'll do Test Now. And you see it's compiling the data files. Okay. Now what this message is saying that the thing that we just compiled already exists on the hero. And it's asking you, do you want to go ahead and actually replace the one that already exists? So what Hero Lab will do is remove it and immediately add it right back to the character. And this is very nice and useful for when we're trying to test things like this. So in this case, I'm going to tell it yes. Okay, it tells us very politely that your cloak is now usable within Hero Lab. Hit OK. I go back to the main view of Hero Lab. And let's see what happens now when I click the Equip button. We see now that our Fortitude, Reflex, and Will Save are still at 0, so we tried no bonus, and our armor class is 11. Over here on the right side of this window, we see immediately that the TAC dodge field was increased by 1. therefore providing us a +1 bonus to armor class. And here I can click it on, click it off for fun, and see it gets removed and then added back. And that concludes adding a Cloak of Protection and the beginnings of using a evaluation script to write things inside of Hero Lab. Thank you very much.